Namaste, Witchlings. I am so sorry about that. My goddess decided to fight back today. And, then the Keurig didn't want to brew. Is it Monday 2.0? There we go. Come here. I know. There it is. All right. Hey, Dragoor. I see John, Andrea, Bean, Dragoor. And Astrid. Echo is here. Cool, cool. Hi, everybody. Ooh, Goddess was fighting back something fierce. She's an interesting goddess today. I'm losing my shit. That's what I'm doing. Aspen is a non-binary, and I have not heard yet, which reminds me, thank you. I need to touch base with Witchy Baby. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I messaged them and said, how was the MRI? Witchlings are asking. We will know. All right, y'all. I have a question for everybody because while I was getting ready today, I was doing my usual and listening to music, but it was my favorite Halloween music, you know, like Superstition by Stevie Wonder, and that ring is not going to go on. Superstition by Stevie Wonder, Thriller. The one I haven't heard yet, and it's my favorite one to listen to every year because I absolutely love The Fresh Prince, is Nightmare on My Street. What are your favorite Halloween songs to listen to this time of year? Oh, and while you guys tell me that, I am going to do my digital housekeeping by saying, please be mindful of the energy you bring into my space, and you will be respectful in my chat, because if you are not, Arnold and the mods will be finding your ass with the band hammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Ha. Why are you wobbly wobbly? Oh well. Coffee is good. I did get my coffee. Yay! I said I saw that Astrid was here. Hello, Astrid. How are you doing today? How you doing? I have apparently turned into Joey from Friends. Hey, you! Hey, Kat, how are you doing today? I got your message earlier. Oh, poor baby. They have apparently... Yes! What's this? What's this? Is something in the air? Yes! Oogie Boogie song. If you like a cappella music, I cannot scream from the mountaintops enough how amazing Voice Play's version of Oogie Boogie song is. It straight up is the song that got me hooked on Jeff Castellucci. Oh my God, that man's voice. And the worst part of his life is he has such an amazing voice, and his wife is going deaf and was a musician herself. Yes. 'Cause I'm the Oogie Boogie man. Yeah. All right. Ooh, yes. Thriller is awesome. The video is kick-ass. I mean, Vincent Price, y'all. Vincent Price. I am not familiar with Under a Violet Moon, though. Wow. So apparently copyright checks are still running on yesterday's videos. Why is my hair doing the wonky ass shit today? I just rebraided it. All right. Weird. Favorite Halloween movie? Oh, that is so hard to choose. because Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 are right up there. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown is right the fuck up there. I have not seen the Halloween movies, but I want to because I am a huge Jamie Lee Curtis fan. Scream, those are awesome. I love horror movies. I absolutely love them. Yeah, I was mentioning series there. Let's see, what's another one I really like? Carrie, Nightmare Before Christmas, yes. I have not wedding, but engagement pictures from my engagement to my kid's dad, taken in front of some Nightmare Before Christmas decor, because we got married at the Disneyland Hotel right after Christmas. So there was still Nightmare Before Christmas stuff up. I know. That's like, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Die Hard for many people, but I have never seen Die Hard. There's a lot to Caroline. Caroline actually almost was never released as a book. But he sent it to his editor or someone who was reading it to their kids, their daughters. And they decided that if the daughters weren't terrified by it, one of them was like 4, the other one was like 8. Hi, Amy. Then they would go ahead and release it. Well, Gaiman was sitting next to one of those girls when the movie premiered. What? For what? Oh, okay, he's got to relog it. Whew. But he was sitting next to one of the daughters, the younger one, and looked at her and said, if it weren't for you, this movie wouldn't be here, because it was decided that if it didn't scare you and your sister, it could go out. And she went, oh no, I was terrified the entire time, but I had to know what happened next. Because the editors or somebody thought it was going to be too scary for young children. It was, but it was also, enough of a draw in that she wanted to know. And now we know some things about Neil Gaiman that I wish we didn't. Well, it's come back out, but I am also not one who is often able to separate art from artist, especially when that artist is still living and still benefiting financially from these artworks. Hence why I will not do anything Harry Potter related, which is kind of sad. I have a Harry Potter t-shirt here in the office that I wear when I'm cleaning and doing shit. Will not support Harry Potter. I want to watch Good Omens because I adore Michael and David. I mean, I absolutely adore them as actors, but because of Neil Gaiman, I cannot support a predator like that. So yeah. J.K. Rowling is very, very, very anti-transgender. This is not even transphobia. Well, actually, it is extreme transphobia. She is convinced that the only reason trans women exist is because they want access to women-only spaces to assault cisgender women. And I'm like, the fuck you talking about, Willis? Seriously. Uh-huh. Why, in the name of all things holy, when men just randomly walk into the women's room in the first place, why would a man go through all of the, stuff it takes to be able to do hormone therapy and all of that to, and say they are trans when they don't have to? It seems like a whole lot of work to get into this stuff when men just fucking walk through the door and do what they want anyway. Some of them it does, but yes, typically HRT tends to make the stuff downstairs not work the way it was intended to. And then there's the people who are, well, just because you chop your dick off doesn't make you a woman. Do you know how many trans women don't bother to go through the surgery because A, insurance doesn't cover it, B, recovery time is ungodly, and it's just a pain in the ass. I did not mean that pun. But I'm just saying, hey, Mimi, all you missed is me ranting about... Yes, I'm just ranting about J.K. Rowling and Halloween stuff mixing together. Never mind. But yeah, oh yeah, top surgery. I'm going to save my rant about transgender and gender affirming care and surgeries for later because I don't want to go on that rant now. No, apparently there was a dude in Portland for the where there was a guy in the naked bike ride down in Portland for, you know, the ice shit who had top surgery. Or had the scars, so probably had top surgery. And if you could still see the scars, well, it was fairly recent. 'Cause, yeah. Hey, John. Nice. All right. Now, see, I liked Harry Potter a lot until someone with more sense than I took it apart bit by bit and showed all of the problematic aspects of it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Picture of, oh, it's a poppers. Okay. He's doing some hunting. All right, boom. What the fluff? Thank you. Hey. Yep, that's a trans guy. That is very much a trans guy. That is cool as shit. Nice. He was just showing me a picture. That is a trans man because those are top surgery scars. Yup. Nice. God, I love Portland. Keep Portland weird, y'all. Oh, Mimi, I'm glad you hit therapy today. Oh, I am so pissed off at myself. I somehow triple booked myself tomorrow morning. I have an 11 o'clock appointment with my therapist. I have an 11:15 appointment with my massage therapist. And then I had an 11 o'clock appointment with my my weight loss doctor at the VA. So, yeah, tons of fun. Uh-oh. All right, y'all. So, I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee and let's get started, shall we? Okay, my friends, my loves, my witchlings. Today's reading reminds us that pain and truth often arrive hand in hand. What ends now makes space for something wiser to grow. Namaste tells us to name our emotions instead of burying them, and self-compassion asks us to lean into discomfort rather than flee from it. In our moment of Zen today, John Kabat-Zinn reminds us that everything is spiritual, while Frida Kahlo whispers that nothing is absolute. Hello, 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 namaste, my witchlings. Flame. Namaste and welcome, my darling witchlings, to Di's Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, where we weave together the sacred spiral flow, honoring the day, listening to the cards, and caring for ourselves along the way. So, welcome back, or if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Each day we flow with the sacred spiral. I am Di, your favorite yoga witch, and guide through it. So let's step into today's spiral together. So go grab your favorite crystal. Let's see, what am I grabbing today? I'm going to play with the hematite tower. So go grab your favorite crystal, light your candle or incense, and cozy up with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug. And let's step into today's spiral of wisdom and self-care together. Don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. It helps our Witchling circle grow and keeps our daily spiral turning. All right. Haha, hello, hello, red crystal. Yes. Okay. How the hell did I do that? Real easy. I didn't put appointments into my calendar when they were scheduled. There is a reason I say if it doesn't go into the calendar, it does not happen. Nice. Yep. Gray, cloudy, and raining. Freezing cold there. It is 61 here, but still kind of wet and icky. Hey, Aspen! People were asking about you. How did your appointment go yesterday, kiddo? If you answered in Messenger, I apologize. There we go. Yay, it was only 20 minutes and the results come in tomorrow. Okay, we will let everybody know once I know. I love the fact that everybody was concerned. You guys are awesome. All right, shall we do birthdays? Uh-oh, babe. Oh, haha. Okay. I love the auto mod sometimes. It catches some weird stuff. Or it decides to be weird. Bop. Okay. Oopsie. Alright. Alright, y'all. We have 2 birthdays today. Yay! The first one, a very, very, very special lady, is celebrating her birthday today. We met through her mom, who is my mentor and my friend, and she herself became something of a friend. I honestly cannot wait to see where this friendship goes, and Tennille, I hope you have a fantabulous, amazing birthday. Also, a brother veteran and motorcycle rider is celebrating his birthday today. Mike, I hope you and your lovely wife get some wind therapy today. The weather is perfect for one last ride of the season. Happy birthday, friend. Flame on. All right, so as I light my flame, may our light be a beacon of hope in the darkness for those stumbling and or lost along the way. I also hold my flame to be a beacon of light for survivors and victims of gun violence in the United States. And with the lighting of our candle, our circle is closed, and we invite the ancestors to join us here today. What did I do? All right. All right. Don't forget, my friends, to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. Please. It keeps our Witchling circle growing. Yay. There's that. That goes where it belongs. All right. Flame. All right. Ooh, Poseidon. Yes, Poseidon rocks work. Hee 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 hee. Clunk. Fuck me, my country's presidential debate is on. I know that feeling, Irish. Alright. Mimi, you're awesome. I don't know why you shouldn't be participating if you're a Hellenist. I mean, come on. We worship all the old gods here. Echo, you're awesome. Alright, what are we doing now? Hurrah. Hurrah. Oh, holidays. We have some fun holidays. So, before we go diving into the cards, let's see what holidays today brings. We have Clean Up the Earth Day. Our planet gives us so much. Today, we give back. Whether you pick up litter, plant a tree, or reduce waste, every action matters. Let's honor the earth by leaving it cleaner than we found it. National Make a Dog's Day. National Make a Dog's Day. Every dog deserves love, comfort, and belly rubs. Celebrate by adopting, donating, or simply spoiling your furry best friend. We have Luna, we have Sergeant, and we have Tookers. Chief Purball McFuzzbutt's doggy siblings approve of this message. National Knee Day. Oh, my knees are my biggest problem. Bend, stretch, and give gratitude to your knees. They carry you through literally every step of life. Take a moment on the mat today to move mindfully, lubricate those joints, and whisper thanks for their strength. It is International Stuttering Awareness Day. Speech is so much more than smooth words. It is courage, authenticity, and connection. Today we honor those who stutter and the bravery it takes to speak anyway. From Winston Churchill to Maya Angelou, Ed Sheeran to President Joe Biden, each voice proves that power is not perfection. I stutter. Kata's the pug from Griffin. I don't know where Kata's name came from. My notes had a random doggo's name. All right. All right. So let's check back in with the chat right quick. Oof. Cool. Oh, dear. No, he is not trying to murder me again. Thank the gods. The clip from yesterday is in the general and the pets channels of the Discord server. Hey, Amy, by the way. Yeah, it's also at the end of yesterday's class or condensed show. Hey, Amy, it's halfway there. I'll have the rest of it for you in a couple of days, depending on how long I get it to burn. You know what? I'm gonna set it up now. It is a cute little cauldron. There we go. Okay. Mimi has appointments. I figured, Amy. I'm sorry, hun. Blood work. At least Mimi's just seeing the vampires first, then the endocrine doctor, and then surgeon. So it's a specialist day. Those are fun. Yeah. I had heard that he was a stutterer. Mel Tillis, famous country singer, was a stutterer. Let's see, who else do I know of that's a stutterer? Samuel L. Jackson. Everybody knows that he drops the F-bomb constantly. What a lot of people don't realize is the reason he drops the F-bomb is to keep himself from stuttering. It's kind of cool. That's his fill to keep him from stuttering. And I will stutter, see? I will stutter when my brain starts running faster than my mouth. I did not know that, Amy. You're not the only one in the family who had a speech therapist. Except my munchkin was not because of a stutter. It was just, yeah, we could not understand the child. Yep. That's not surprising. I think a lot of us in our family have dealt with that. All right. Okay, that bracelet has to move over to the other hand because I keep sitting my right wrist on the edge of the table and it hurts. All right, y'all. Do we want to see what the cards have to share today? Let's see what the cards are saying. All right. Our first oracle card is You Don't Love Me. Followed by It's All an Act. Last but not least, There Are Other Priorities. All right. Yeah. Oh, shoes. You don't love me, and gods, that stings. But seeing that it's all an act cuts even deeper. Now I'm beginning to see that there are other priorities, and it seems I am no longer one of them. That is what these are saying to me. Oh boy. What do you guys think? Let me know. Tarot. Our first tarot card is the Ten of Swords. A negative situation has occurred and you need to accept what cannot be changed. Relax, because the worst is currently over. Moving on to the Seven of Pentacles. Perseverance in the face of adversity. You are, however, overcoming frustration related to work. And last but not least, the Queen of Rods. Reversed. Thank you. We have the Queen of Rods reversed. Haha. Your energy is currently spread very thin and you have a rather fiery temper. So what the cards here are saying is the Ten of Swords shows up like a cosmic mic drop. Something painful has happened and it is time to accept what cannot be changed. The good news, the worst is behind you, my witchling. The Seven of Pentacles whispers to keep tending your garden because growth takes patience, even after the storm. And then the Queen of Rods reversed reminds you that your energy is scattered all over hell and creation right now, and that fiery temper of yours may be burning a wee bit hotter than usual. Breathe, recenter, you got this. And da-bub-it. And now, oh, yes, let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, y'all, now let's braid the Oracle and Tarot together, bringing their voices into one sacred spiral message. The Ten of Swords reminds you that something painful has come to an end, and while the sting still lingers, the worst. Trying again. The Ten of Swords reminds you that something painful has come to an end, and while the sting still lingers, the worst is truly behind you. The Seven of Pentacles encourages you to stay steady and patient even in loss. Seeds of renewal are already sprouting. The Queen of Rods reversed warns that your fire is burning low and your temper burning high, so it is time to pull your energy back to center. The message from "You don't love me and it's all an act" cuts incredibly deep, but the truth clears space for healing. There are other priorities, serves as a final lesson. Not every heart will meet yours halfway, and that's okay. Sometimes release is the highest form of self-respect. Our affirmation for today's reading. I honor my endings as sacred thresholds. I release what no longer loves me, nurture what still grows within me, and trust that my own fire will light the way forward. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. And oh my God, do you guys know how freaking hard it was to not sing this card? You don't love me. Hey, Zen. Wait. What's up here? Yes, the king. I need to watch the king's speech. Various members of the family have had volume issues. How, if you're mostly deaf, do you hear what you say? That's something I want to ask deaf people, but that's beside the point. Hey Zen, how are you doing today? Zip me a message, Mimi. We'll talk about the cards that are popping up, because if they're popping up and screaming at you, that means there's something in your life that they are talking to. Yeah, I know you're hard of hearing, not fully deaf. Hence why you could realize without being in the room that Shadow was batting at my face on the phone. Aspen wears hearing aids and their phone is Bluetoothed to them. And they used to leave the phone running with my video on it. And their cat would sit there and just bat at Mama Die on the phone, especially if there was smoke on the video, and stop and start the video. I have gotten so many messages from Aspen giggling about it because it's adorable. Hey cat, yeah, the cards are not holding back today, are they? Hooba. What? Because I didn't notice? I'm sorry. Hi. We are not observant today. Please bear with us. The crazy is slightly crazier than usual. Oh, he kept pausing the stream. That's right. He was a good boy. Does Wavy get to watch is my question. Oh, coffee. Okay, yes, drink more coffee, then I will address. So, Echo, something I have learned is when you put something in a safe space and then lose it, the easiest way to get it back is to go into whatever room you last remember having it in when you said, I'm going to put this in a safe space. Focus on the object you are looking for and go, I put it in a safe space. And then either look around real quick to see if it jumps out, or walk out of the room and then come back in, and 9 times out of 10 it will be there. Yes, responded to it too. Wasn't that horrible? And then Colbert played the whole thing. We're not talking about it right now, but yes. All right. But yeah, it's been a night. itchy. I think I'm weird. All right, there we go. So, self-care, namaste. Namaste. Excuse me. Namaste is saying to name your emotions. Can I name it, Bob? Name your emotions. When we are passionate about an issue, we can become immersed in a feeling we don't quite understand. Learn to name your emotions. This will help you understand what you are feeling. Getting to know what is driving you will allow you to connect with what you stand for. Instead of letting your passion and emotions take over your actions and thoughts, name your emotions so you will have more awareness of why you are feeling or acting a certain way. Self-compassion. Self-compassion is telling us to lean in deeper. Is a part of your emotional experience calling out in pain or discomfort? Can you just be with it without trying to change it for 5 breaths? Emotional experience calling out in pain or discomfort. I am actually working on that one very hard. Okay. Oh, Esme. Oh boy. Sounds like an interesting time in Issy. I want to name my emotion Jim Bob. So how's your dad doing today, Kat? Yeah, type that, because if I say it, it's not going to come out right. Yes. Yes, but that's okay. Katie, yes. I've been trying to... I totally misread. I moved words around. Heading my shoulder with his butt or something. I don't know, but yeah. The nose, the butthole to the face. Fuzzbutt came and snuggled this morning, and he's kind of mad at me because I currently have a problem with my left shoulder blade, so I can't lay on my left side as easily. And he likes to come up and snuggle on the left side and make me wrap my arm around him, and I can't do it right now, so he's mad at me. I keep getting the butt to the face. Yes, I want to name my emotions bitchy assholes. I agree. We'll talk, Kat. Right. You busy today? Okay. No, it's BECU, not... Yeah. Alright, so... Alright, my friends. Oh, hey. I wasn't going to, I was just looking. Refreshing memory as to what the hell I'm not doing. Hey, we all find ourselves the most amusing. Which reminds me of the temperamental chuckle fucking friends. The temperamental chuckle fucking friends. Lando started his radiation this week, I think. So I need to check in with them, but yeah. They've had some very giggle moments. Yeah. Cats are expensive, man. Cats are expensive. Yeah. But, you know, we end up having things like this, which me holding it up like this, where you cannot see the brand name on it, but you can kinda. It's Meow Joanna. I love this brand. It's hilarious. Yeah. He loves it. Yep. Oh, good Lord. Oh, God. Oh, Cat's gonna have a fun afternoon. I am so sorry, sweetheart. All right, y'all. Shall we move on? Next, my darlings, my witchlings, my dears, we move on to honoring the goddess of the day. She is a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us on today's spiral. Mimi is the Ugandan creatrix of life and the first woman of the region, associated with the themes of ghosts, joy, health, offerings, longevity, and harvest. In her human form, she taught shamans the art of healing, and she is still invoked for health and well-being. Symbols associated with her include beer and corn, the grain. Today, you can honor Mimi by participating in similar traditions to the Misisi Beer Festival. Enjoy foods like beer, maize, plantain, bullock, or chicken as offerings of thanks. Following Ugandan custom, the eldest member of a gathering can pour a libation to the ground in Mimi's name, sharing the rest to ensure long life, unity, and a good harvest. For health or to overcome illness, carry or consume blessed corn, or perform a ritual of channeling negativity into beer and pouring it out. It left out how to do the ritual. Basically, you pour the beer into a bowl, stick your finger into the beer, and just imagine all of the ick coming out of your finger into the beer, and then just dump it. I'm sure there was more to it, but I can't remember now. I love rituals like that. I love rituals like that one, though, because they are so simple and so easy to do. And apparently my coffee is talking back hardcore today. Oh, yes. Ginger cats can be very, very asshole-ish. Yes, it really is Mary Jane for cats. The name of the company is Meow Joanna. It's one of the best catnips that we have found. My very first cat was a ginger. And I have been in love with them since. But see, I have had two smart gingers. Yep. Who's a ginger? The man behind the curtain had a ginger cat. Who was smart as fluff. Yeah. He was a good mouser and a good hunter. All right. Hey, look. I found the book. I'm a poet and I don't know it. All right, y'all. What? Forgot that. So my notes keep eating parts of themselves. He's a stupid cat. walked into a wall earlier. Yep. Cats do that. Give me a second. Yes. I use Notepad. And so random parts of my notes will just disappear. And I'm pretty sure it's just I highlight and paste over them and don't realize that I've highlighted too much. But yeah, they eat themselves. My Facebook likes to just randomly delete friends. Thank you. It was hungry. Yeah, I blame Microsoft. Yep. I have, however, worked tangentially for IBM, and my ex-mother-in-law worked for IBM for years, so. But anyway. Finally, my witchlings, we are closing out our divination with a moment of Zen, a short teaching from the Little Book of Zen to carry with you into your day. All right. We have quotes from Jon Kabat-Zinn and Frida Kahlo today. Jon Kabat-Zinn says, perhaps, ultimately, spiritual simply means experiencing wholeness and interconnectedness directly, a seeing that individuality and the totality are interwoven, that nothing is separate or extraneous. If you see in this way, then everything becomes spiritual in its deepest sense. Doing science is spiritual. So is washing the dishes. It is the inner experience that counts, and you have to be there for it. All else is mere thinking. Jon Kabat-Zinn, Mindfulness. And then Frida Kahlo tells us nothing is absolute. Everything changes, everything moves, everything revolves, everything flies and goes away. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And that, my darling witchings, is our moment of Zen for today. Can you imagine the amount of pain Frida Kahlo dealt with every day and was still all right, my witchlings. Apparently I said witching instead of witchling. We're doing good today. All right, my witchlings. It is time to wrap up for the day. Cling. Come here. That's right. So, witchlings, it is time to wrap up our show for the day. So, here's our candle. As we open our circle with the extinguishing of our candle, we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who joined us. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. All right, y'all. Before we go, a quick reminder. This channel is supported entirely by our Witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here, simply magic and love. I have a challenge for you guys today or tomorrow, since it is late for some of us watching. Go out of your way for someone. Do a random act of kindness. I would say pay for the car behind you at the drive-thru, but that is a headache for the employees. Don't do that. If you want to do something like that, take cash in an envelope and tell them to use it for someone who doesn't have enough. Smile at someone and let the smile reach your eyes. Say hi and wave at a neighbor. Just be kind. Remind people that kindness doesn't have a price tag. Do it simply for the sake of being kind. This is what I mean when I say spread kindness. And on that note, go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate. Can we please try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost in the dark? Tell your loved ones, whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up in fur, tiptoe on paws and claws, or glide with scales, that they are absolutely precious to you. Moments slip away faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far too soon. And then, my witchlings, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose here is real, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I love you all, my witchlings. Namaste, witchlings. All right. Join the coven on Patreon for exclusive rituals. Oh, wait. Say it out. That is true. Okay. Starting over. Join the coven on Patreon for exclusive rituals, behind-the-scenes contents, bonus blogs, early access to classes, and our private Discord server. Tiers start at $1 per month at patreon.com/DieTheYogaWitch. Want to buy your favorite Gen X Witch a cup of coffee? You can fuel my caffeine habit at buymeacoffee.com/die.theyogawitch. Try that again? Okay. Now. Yes. Would you like to buy your favorite Gen X Witch a cup of coffee? You can fuel my caffeine habit and get access to bonus content at buymeacoffee.com/die.theyogawitch. All of my links are in the description and on my Linktree, linktree/DieTheYogaWitch. Are you looking for some personalized guidance? You can book a one-on-one yoga or coaching session, join a workshop, or explore rituals and services at yogawithdailen.com. As an ordained minister, I also offer blessing ceremonies and custom rituals for all of life's milestones, and you can find out all about that at dietheyogawitch.com. Our weekly magic. Yay! Monday through Friday, daily divination and self-care at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time, we have Coffee and Cues with Die the Yoga Witch. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time our podcasts. Tuesday, we have Bitchin' Witch, and Thursdays, we have the Yoga Witch's Cauldron. And then Friday, 8:30 p.m., we have Friday Night Guided Meditation and Yoga Nidra. So please, join us. email address in there. Aha, hello. I did not realize he had turned my mouse in, or my mic on. Turned my mouse in instead of turned my mic on. We're doing good today. Andrea, zip me an email at dialin@yogawithdilin.com and I will send you an invite to the Discord server. Yes, it is free. Absolutely nothing. Well, if you want Nitro, it costs, but yes, it is free. That's okay. We're going to fix that, Mimi. Been trying to figure out how to get her into Discord for a while. Yeah, I had to go hit the head. And then my earbud, because I forgot to take it out, my earbud starts coming loose just as I'm turning around to, finish up at the toilet. It tried to dive. Yes, YOLOGO, it does both. They can amplify and focus something that's already there. It depends on the tool, to be honest. Such as, This is hematite, and it can amplify what I'm already doing, as well as having its own properties. Actually, even better, here we go. Quartz crystal. Quartz crystal is an amplifier, as is this wonderful thing. Whoosh, Jesus. This wonderful thing. However, my wand simply directs what I am using. Interesting. Do you have another way of emailing, Andrea? Yeah, do you have social media? Do you have Facebook? If you are on Facebook, connect with me on Facebook, and I will get you there. We will figure this out. Thank you, babe. Yeah, because there's 2 Die the Yoga Witches on Facebook right now, because Facebook ate my original profile. Okay. Do you have a computer that you can email on? We'll figure it out. One way or another. Very warm. Yeah, because Discord requires... Yeah, Discord wants an email address to log in. Hell, yeah, I have a smartphone requires either a Gmail or if you're using an iPhone, an Apple email. Interesting. We'll figure it out. Oh, cool. That is awesome. Oh. Yeah, if no kidding, big brain. It was so magical sending and receiving faxes. I know. If you guys do not currently have a Discord, I don't know if joining our Discord server would be really smart. I get that, Andrea. Okay, we will figure it out. We will get through this. Hey, he just followed us. I was looking at Facebook and saw it come in. Oh, that is true too. I started using Discord because my kids do. And then we have a family server with just those of us here in the house, or had. And then my kids started adding me to their servers. And I found some Spoonie servers. I managed to catch Will Wheaton's link to his server fast enough that I actually got in. So that one I'm really happy about. I will... Oh, is it? That's interesting. I'm gonna look. Whoopsie. Let me see which one it is. Because if it's the house, yes, we have problem. P.O. Box, or is it the, Okay, yep. Yes, that address is fine because that is not my home address. That is a post office box. The reason I had to check is, if you are able to actually look up the business, some of it does have the actual address. Sometimes. Yes. And that is the business phone number, not my actual cell phone number. So, yep. Thank you, John. I appreciate you checking and confirming. Itchies. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super concerned about it because honestly, this is a small town, and we tend to, on our side of town, outsiders tend to get noticed pretty quick. I say that because I also am the town I live in is where Twin Peaks was filmed, and at certain times of the year we get the peaky freakies. Yeah, but most of them stick to the filming locations. Oh, Zen, I have so been there, hun. We are 1.3 miles from basically the center of downtown. And I know this because I have walked it quite a few times. Yes, but QFC's the center. Wait. It is Tuesday. It is Bitch and Witch night. What are we talking about tonight? I can't remember. Hold on. That's true. We're going to pop it up here. Because this man is my lifesaver. Dum-dum. Ow. Grief. Okay, we're talking No Kings 2. And grief, rage, and the right to weep out loud. Yes. We are having fun last night. Oh no, Echo! I hate losing projects that I'm working on. Oh Lord. I have done that. Yep, we got... Why is my watch not turning on for me? It is 2:45. Yeah, just shy of 2 hours. I heard. Are you a fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin? I think he's one of the wrestlers that I actually kind of respect. I'm not sure what I think of John Cena right now. I've got some conflicted thoughts about him. But I've heard The Undertaker's a pretty cool dude, though. Ric Flair, my ex-mother-in-law, actually had a personal interaction with him. She worked in the bakery at the local grocery store. I think it was Walmart. And the WWE was in town that night. They just finished a show, and a bunch of the wrestlers, because, 24-hour store, bunch of the wrestlers popped up in her store after the show. And she said Ric Flair was one of the nicest, kindest, most polite customers she had ever dealt with. I don't remember what he did, but he bought a bunch of stuff. And then, if I remember correctly, when she told him that her son was a huge wrestling fan, he autographed a picture or something. So, yeah. Andrea, yes, it is great, except for the fact that she is incredibly conservative. Conservative does not necessarily mean bad, though. However, it can mean a resistance to modernization and to change, because many conservatives see a lot of the changes that are being encouraged and made as being too liberal and too progressive, and they want to maintain the status quo, essentially. And the progressives have been demonized in many countries because their opinion is that, the ultra wealthy should be paying their fair share of taxes. Puh, puh. I am speaking with a borrowed tongue, apparently. Who needs more than maybe $2 million, honestly? $2 to $5 million? We need at least $2 million to retire. So anything over about $10 million is beyond excessive, Some conservatives wouldn't change their underwear if they didn't have to. Yep. Oh, that's kind of cool, Zen. My incubator used to drag me to my brother's schools on picture day to get my picture taken, because it was the only pictures we got of us kids. And we have some really cute pictures of me. I was a very adorable child, I will admit. The only problem is there are multiple pictures of me as a child that I remember having makeup put on my face, usually just powder, because remember me saying that my first cat was a ginger? I was a young child and did not understand kitty body language, or language period, telling me to GTFO. So I would be harassing the cat with my face right in the cat's face and end up getting bapped with claws. And so when picture day came around, the incubator had to cover the cat scratches on my face with makeup. Do I regret this? Hell no. Did I learn? No. Still stick my face where it should not belong, where it should not be as far as animals are concerned. Especially my cat. I loved school, though, up until junior high. Would. Yeah, let's please not go back to the Dark Ages. Do I think the shutdown is hurting or helping the Republican popularity? I'm not sure, honestly, because they are being adamant about the fact that they're not the ones who wanted this shutdown. The Democrats are the ones who essentially forced it, because they won't compromise on things. But they don't come out and say exactly what we won't compromise on. They simply say that, the Democrats want to give medical benefits or government benefits to undocumented immigrants. And they don't seem to grok that it's illegal to start with. We are not saying that we want to do something that is currently illegal. We simply want our countrymen to be able to afford medical care. Because with what the Republicans want to do right now, they want to let some of the aspects of the ACA expire, which kept premiums down. And yeah. Hi, James. Your logo says it's sad that kids can't sign their names in cursive. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I have 2 children who can sign their names in cursive, and one that can't. That one was never taught cursive in school. None of my children, however, can read my handwriting because it's a combination of print and cursive. Yep, so is his. But I dislike the fact that we are no longer teaching cursive, because if you look at historical documents, hell, take the Constitution and the Bill of Rights for example, or the Declaration of Independence. Today's young adults cannot read it because it's written in cursive. My business cards used to be in a script font, and I got many comments about the fact that people could not read it. I'm not arguing. Maybe they literally want to throw us into farms. I don't disagree. But we are raising a generation. Actually, we have raised a generation that cannot properly interpret historical documents because they can't read it. So James has learned to write Ricky writing, which is what I was taught in boot camp, to write in all capitals. We are losing the ability to write by hand. And it's very, very sad. Now it's there are benefits to it, though, because there are so many kids out there like me who my brain runs so much faster than my hands when I'm trying to write. I can type almost as fast as my brain runs, so that helps. But yeah, I like to write by hand. Like I said, I have an entire shelf on this bookshelf that is just blank journals. We will not lose the ability to read. Dyslexia, dyslexia does cause problems with writing. A lot of dyslexics have really horrible penmanship as well. Yep. So I understand part of why teachers prefer assignments be turned in typewritten. It is so much easier to read and so much faster to read through typewritten stuff than to have to try to decipher a kid's handwriting whose penmanship has not progressed past kindergarten and first grade. James, if you are not familiar with them, there are fonts out there that help with dyslexia. It's interesting. There are also fonts for those of us who are ADHD. It bolds words. I want to say randomly, but it's not random. It's a specific pattern, but it makes it easier for ADHD people to focus and pay attention. And things like that are just awesome. Oh yeah, no shit, Mimi. Tylenol and acetaminophen do not cause neurodivergence. Yes, ADHD fonts are interesting. And also something I'm going to say, and I need to publish this in my profiles and shit. Please do not come to me about Autism Speaks. I will cannot stand Autism Speaks. Because if you are an organization that wants to do anything for autism or about autism, you better have autistic people on your board and in your advisors. Elsewise, you're a neurotypical person. You're an holistic person who is trying to tell us how we should behave or how we should think or any of that. And I don't buy that shit. There is nothing about autism without autistic people taking part. Nothing about us without us. Oh, spell check and autocorrect are great, except for when, autocorrect becomes autocorrupt. Otherwise, yes. I am a good speller, but there are some words that I just consistently misspell. What's one of them that I do? I'm trying to remember. There are a couple of words that I constantly misspell, and I can't even think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, I have to rely on spell check for those. But you know what? There are times when spell check doesn't catch it because spell check does not necessarily check your grammar, which is what you need when you use the wrong homonym, i.e. not homonym, a word that sounds like the word you want to use, but it's not, like through and through, THREW and THROUGH. Yeah, through and through. Your, and your. Je peux écrire un peu en français et un peu. I speak a very small amount of French. Similes, thank you. Yes. Spell check when you're working with something that you write regularly, or even worse, and I have done this, when you tell your phone or your spell check to save something to your dictionary, not realizing that you are saving the incorrect spelling, and it's trying to tell you, no, this is how it's spelled, you dumbass. Yep, I've done that a few times. Ducking. How many of us have fallen for the ducking on our phones? And how many people go, ducking isn't a word? And then you read about kids ducking under their desks. Yep, purpose is one. Scottish Gaelic. Oh, God. Gaelic spelling is worse than English spelling. There, I said it. Okay, write in French is... okay, easy... It is one of my passions. Write in French is easier because it's one of my passions. Yes! I did not have to look at the translation until the end, and I was correct. I'm so proud of myself for that. I need to learn French because my future daughter-in-law is Parisian, and I want to be able to communicate with her in her own language, because she is not confident in her English skills and apparently has a very thick accent. Yeah, I might learn Japanese for her as well. She's half French, half Japanese, and very adorable. Naruto. Yes. Oh God, James, I'm afraid to ask, but what language? S-T-A-R-I-N-G, single R as opposed to starry. Ba-da-pa-pa. Au revoir, mes amis, mi amors. Yep. My 5th grade teacher every day at the end of the day would say, au revoir, mes amis. So, yep. French is a cool language. And the fact that it is a Romance language similar to French is similar to Spanish and Italian, and they tend to share words. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear God, it makes sense. I am sharing that with some of my lesbian friends. They're going to love it. Yep. Well, James is technically Scottish, but yeah, it would work for Irish too. Yep. But yeah, that just completely derailed my brain. We're doing great here. Oh, goodness. Oh, dear goddess. So, the man behind the curtain was watching one of our favorite YouTubers this morning. And apparently the chick was eating on camera and chewing with her mouth open. And his description of the sound it was making was very crude and graphic, but hilarious at the same time. And I'm trying to decide if saying it on... He said it on stream, so... Oh, bummer. So, he said it was like hearing vaginas marching through mud. So, yeah. Oh, Hespen, I'm so sorry. Yes, French bakeries make some of the best food. We have... Yes. French bakeries. We have a French bakery at one of the local malls. Hey, John. You missed me, making the man behind the curtain turn 10 different shades of red. Yes, we did, John. Who said it? Mm-hmm. Oh. You just went robotic, darling. Yes. My aim is pretty good, so hey, I see that. Why am I warm all of a sudden? Cheese and crackers. What's your joke, Zen? I am scared, but okay, what's your joke? Keeping in mind we have numerous transgender people in this crew. So, I was brushing my teeth and washing my face and everything the other night. Just about ready to, head to bed. And my phone's sitting on the vanity. And all of a sudden this little silver bead bounces off of my hand and onto the face of my phone. And I'm like, where the hell did that come? Because I forgot I had swapped this out. And so I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh shit, that's what that is. So now I have to, because I can't feel this finger still. I'm trying to figure out, okay, where's the hole in the bead? And then figuring out where it is. And figured out why I don't use the barbell in this piercing very often. And now I'm concerned because this ear is tender, but this one is fine. So I'm wondering if the metal of the jewelry I put in is irritating my ear because I have some serious metal allergies. Yes, what do you call a group of trans superheroes? X-Men. Oh, dear God. Oi. Yes, I remember when French fries were called freedom fries. Yes and no. Although a lot of the trans people I know would find it hilariously funny. But yes, I remember French fries being freedom fries because we hated France over 9/11. Speaking of the trans people who would find it amusing. Oi, so we took the air conditioner out last night, and I'm now very warm. It's a texture and a stem thing. I used to love the silicone watch band. You've got the you know how you had the loop on your belt because the tail of your belt went through it? Watches had the same thing, and I used to like to chew on those. Yes. You have my word. I excel at this. Oh, my God. I also used to chew on the man behind the curtain's shoulder because it had just the right give. Then he lost 100 pounds. It doesn't work the same anymore. My ex-husband used to chew on tin cans. Well, not, but he used to chew on pop cans. Yes, lamp lady. See, I am here in a tank top for a reason. Perimenopause is a bitch and not for the weak of heart. And I have light there, light there, light there, light there, grow light there, and monitor. I am warm. But, yeah. I step outside in this, and I will freeze my tush off. Yep, I would chew on... I hated the taste of the paint on a pencil, but I absolutely loved the give of a wood pencil. There we go. Boom, boom. Zin's a duck. Yep, I saw... John is saying to the person who stole my copy of Office, I will find you. You have my word. I excel at this kind of thing. And so the man behind the curtain says, I will gain access, then contact my publisher, and plus get the keys too. Right at the second, I am kind of a lamp lady, Aspen, because I have so much light. Oh, and the Himalayan pink salt lamp. Yes, my tail feather's off. Well, see, I was going for something a bit more top-heavy than that, but yeah. My kid's stepmother and I used to joke about the phrase, it's colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra. We would look at each other and go, but we don't own any brass bras. So how do we know? Mary, I love you, but please quit popping up. I need to turn off notifications for her. But yeah, yeah, we're not entirely convinced Zen isn't a cat masquerading as a blue duck. No, I don't lick the salt lamp. Nope. And I also am smart enough to keep it up out of the cat and dog's reach so they cannot lick it either. Eventually it'll go back over there. Not that y'all can see what the hell I'm talking about. Oh my gods. Yeah, this man has sound effects that I had forgotten existed. Although I want... Shit, I don't have a CD-ROM I could use. I want to acquire CDs, the CD-ROMs for the old Warcraft 2 games, so I can, get the sound effects off of it, because I'll bet I could find them online. That's what I just thought. Digital hoarder. Yep. Once ate a whole pack of salami slices in one sitting. I can think of worse things. I have not been able to drink milk in years. I used to love it. Although a nice cold glass of milk with a peanut butter and jelly waffle is good. That is good. I have rediscovered Eggo waffles. Chocolate chip Eggo waffles with peanut butter and strawberry jelly or apricot jelly or preserves. So good. I saw somebody walk in. Who was it? No one. I am losing my fucking mind. I swear to God, I saw him before he came in. That is trippy as fuck. Because I saw Sergeant come in, and I looked back at the screen and looked down to say hi to him, and he was not there. And now I just saw him come back in the same exact... It's weird. Yes. Am I a green witch? Depends on your flavor of green, my friend. However, I am one of those wonderful people who can kill succulents. My Himalayan salt lamp is about 8-10 inches tall. I would grab it and show it to you, but I don't know how long the cord is. We are working on getting Witchy 101 out. We hit some snags because, well, my health went to shit for a week, as did his. And we are working on getting that shit done. It is on the agenda for this weekend, I believe. Yep. See, my lactose issues come and go depending on the amount of gluten I have consumed. Oh no, they were gone. They were brown and just completely, 2 of the 3 completely just noped. And yet they were compost by the time I found them again. However, the aloe plant that has been in this house longer than I have, and I am the only one who ever remembers that it exists, and I will water it when I remember. Not only is she still alive, she has spawned at least 1, if not 2 babies. Ooh. But yeah, lactose, half and half is my nemesis. Don't particularly like it all that much, especially now that I don't drink black coffee. My kids got very used to mom singing funny songs about having to go to the bathroom on the way home from dinner, because if I drank more than 1 cup of coffee with half and half in it, we would be praying to all of the gods that I made it to the house before the explosion happened. I apologize if that's TMI, but this is me, y'all. Whole milk is good. Oh, that is so cool. And spider plants are awesome. I love... That makes sense. I love plants and greenery and that. But I do not have a green thumb. The man behind the curtain says his mom had a spider plant that lived for about 35 years, which is impressive. My non-biological wants to give me cuttings of her lilac tree before she kills it. Because unfortunately my child is allergic to lilacs and I absolutely love them. Gee, I wonder why. And as much as I would love to have lavender because it's one of my favorite scents in the entire world, I cannot grow lavender until someone moves back out of the house. Because poor child. That poor child will just be miserable. Allergies and asthma flares to hell. Yeah, and my house is about the same color as a lavender plant. Who, what, huh? Oh, I have mentioned the fact that we have a purple house. It's not quite. Actually, we're not quite the right shade, so we're good. But yeah, a former friend, lavender is a trigger for their PTSD, and they had it growing right under the living room window. So they gave us a bunch to take home with us. And this is how we discovered my poor child is horrifically allergic. He was doing great when we left and got into the car to go home. Halfway home, he's like, Bob, Mom, I'm not feeling so good. And his nose has like swollen up, red, dripping. His eyes are damn near swollen shut. He's sniffling and sneezing and wheezing. And yeah, it was not fun. Mimi says when she can't eat eggs and that sort of stuff, she'll, punish the porcelain god. When I had the ectopic pregnancy rupture, oh, okay, I misread it, but yeah. When I had my ectopic pregnancy rupture, I did not know that's what was going on. I just thought I'd gotten backed up again. So I told my ex to go get me some grape juice because it used to trigger a purge. Yeah, it didn't that night and it hasn't since. Oh, that is cool, Zen. Piano is one of those things I can play. I know the keys and I can read the music. It just takes me far longer to read the bass music and get the left hand worked out. So I have to pick the left hand apart and get it practiced. And then I can just sight read the right hand, basically. So there are a few songs that I am very good at playing on the piano. But there's only like 3. Yeah, they have to be fairly simple. Yeah, caught that, Mimi. I misread it. Yeah. I am so sorry about that. Food allergies are the worst. Yep. I have almost perfect pitch. Pissed my choir director off in high school. He was talking about people having perfect pitch. And he's like, here, I'll prove it. I'll bet none of you can do this. And he's like, give me a such and such note. And I thought about it for a minute. And I'm like, okay, as far as do, re, mi, it's going to be this. It's going to be this word of do, re, mi. So, do, re, mi, fa, so, and he walks out and he walks over to the piano and he hits the key. And I'm maybe a smidge flat and correct as he hits the key, and he just glared at me. Didn't mean to. Yup. That's kind of where I'm at, Andrea. Spawn has the allergies and the asthma that my father did. And the man behind the curtain, a lot of scents will trigger migraines for him. So, I have to be very, very, very careful with anything scented. Like incense or that. John says, if music be the food of love, John singing is indigestion. I am pissed off at myself for having started smoking the last time I did. Because the time before that I had quit, my voice was still great. It was still in awesome condition. Then I picked smoking back up. And I have now lost about 1/3 of my upper range. And it is bad enough that songs that I used to be able to sing with no problem, I'm sitting here listening to Spotify or something, could have been YouTube, singing along with it as I'm working one night. Spawn's in the bathroom, obviously can hear me. When he gets done, he walks in and hits the stop button and says, you need to stop. I can hear you damaging your voice. I am not going to let you do that. And I'm like, I just haven't warmed up. And he's like, you did no, this doesn't work. A tenor, although most of my friends think a $5 is too expensive. I used to be able to sing everywhere from first soprano to first tenor. I am now lucky if I can hit second soprano. Although, in all honesty, the altos and the tenors have more fun because they get to sing the harmonies more often. So I am so not complaining. Well, I am, because the sopranos get the high notes that are really, really, really cool sounding. Yep. See, I was never the opera singer. That was other members of the family. There are members of my family who are classically trained singers. They are awesome. And they make me feel like I can't sing to save my soul when I'm with them. God, it's horrible. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? I'm not doing too bad. Ow. Oh, my God. So, my youngest... Hi, Surgeon. My youngest brother used to be in all of the high school musicals at his school. And I want to say it was South Pacific the year. In about an hour. But Arnie, as the guys were singing, I want to say, there is nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. Well, part of that song goes a little higher. And Arnie said, guys, stick your hands in your pocket and just squeeze if you need help. Yeah. I laughed when I heard about that. Arnie was awesome, though. Let's see. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. your time, Mimi. Andrea, you are very wise in not trying to force her to tell you. Just let her know that if she wants to talk, you are there. That is what friends are for. And actually, we have 12 minutes here. I heard that through the door and the earpiece, love. I'm pretty sure it was the grinder. Big surprise. I miss musical theater. I have gone and seen the Spawn perform in a couple of plays, and every time I watch it, I'm like, man, I want to get up there and do that. I really miss doing that shit. I want to be able to get up there and do that. And then the logical brain goes, yeah, but with your fibro and all of the other shit you've got going on, you would make it through the first practice. You would make it through the first practice and then be laid out flat for a week because you used all the spoons for the week. But it was so much fun watching him in Man of La Mancha. There were two songs. I knew one song from Man of La Mancha was incredibly popular, but there was another one in the show that I genuinely did not realize came from Man of La Mancha. Do not ask me which ones, because I can't remember off the top of my head. I love it. I have done my own musical theater thing. I did kids' praise plays when I was a little kid. I have gone back and listened to a couple of them, and then, yeah, they were not good. They were guilt trippy and manipulative and just horrible. The music is great, though. Oh, gee, did I just describe Glee, too? What happened yesterday? Do what? Oh, yeah. Cool. So, I was getting ready to do some work for today's stream and was going to listen to videos while I do this, because that's what I do, right? Came across Vampire Goddess live herself, and I'm like, hey, why not? She comes in and watches me on a regular. I might as well. So I click in and go, hi. And she screams, oh my God, Di's here. And then proceeds to play. She goes and shows my channel. And then we talk some more, and then she's like, oh my God, you guys have got to see this. So she played half of yesterday's show, and I'm sitting here going, you're so sweet. I feel loved. And then she's telling her people that were in there, if you have questions about witchy shit, she's the one to ask. Because, I hate these witches who are all love and light and blah, blah, blah. And, and just talking shit and don't know what they're talking about. But Di's a real one. She knows what she's talking about. Love it, John. So that was cool. Back to what John said. Interesting little tidbit. The Geneva Convention or some such decided that the theme song to Barney is cruel and inhumane punishment when played on repeat for hours on end at prisoners. Barney is cruel and inhuman punishment. Let that one sink in and realize that we play this. We plop our children down in front of this. There was a reason I never wanted my kids to watch Barney. Love my people. Oh, also, tomorrow. Anyway, just a fair warning. I am going to be out of it tomorrow because, as I was saying, I scheduled myself 3 appointments. I have to catch the bus to my massage therapy appointment at 11:15. They are picking me up at 9:45. I'm gonna die because I am not normally awake before 10:30. My life is going to suck tomorrow. Doesn't it, John? People be wildin'. But you know what? Could be worse. Boom. Hmm. 5-minute warning. I cannot believe. Oh, 6 minutes. Okay. That's right. Oh, Jesus. Hi. All right. Sorry. Wrong emoji. You're going to die, so go dye your hair. Yeah. I still can't believe I accidentally chopped off so much more than I meant to. I wanted to just chop 6 inches. We took 12. I have clicked the wrong emoji a few times. Yup. Oh, ow. I forgot to, whoops. I had fully intended to take some Motrin before we went. I am of that age that I understand why my parents traveled with their own pillows. Because I am at that age that if my pillow is not in exactly the right place when I go to sleep, I will wake up with a crick in my neck and a migraine headache brewing. It is horrible. Yep. Gotta schedule my shuffling off of the earthly mortal coil. Saw a Reddit story this morning that this person, okay, it was a guy, his mom had a medical emergency that required him flying home and taking, some PTO. And he put in the emergency PTO request and then went home. Kind of had to. Got back and HR called him in and said, your time, your 2 weeks are being listed as unapproved absence because you didn't apply for your time off in a timely manner. And he's like, so what you're saying is my mom needs to schedule her stroke 2 weeks out? They didn't laugh. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be finding a new job. And there were a lot of people in the comments going, yeah, FMLA would cover that. Because FMLA, you could say when you get back that FMLA can cover it or some shit. Can't remember details. But I'm just like, yeah, I know how that one goes. Your family needs to tell you 2 weeks ahead of time when they are going to have a medical emergency or kick the bucket so that you can be sure to put your 2-week notice in for vacation to be home when this happens. What the fluff? I mean, just what the fluff? Even the military is more considerate than that. Wrong hair. There we go. I hate. That's my thoughts, Andrea. But capitalism, and they're taking those things away from us, and we have let them. I have actually heard bosses say that, John. If you can go to the doctor, you can come to work. You want me to come to work contagious and wipe out the entire office? Sure, I'll do that. That is how broken we are here. That is how broken it is here. I have heard of employers saying, if you are well enough to see the doctor, you are well enough to come to work. Well, I saw the doctor via telehealth, and you won't let me work from home. Even though during lockdown, we learned that, people can be just as productive working from home as they can from the office. Hell, 90% of the reason that businesses did the return to office thing is because, they had rent on those office buildings that they had to pay. And if nobody's using them, why are they bothering? But they couldn't get out of the lease. And these accommodations that were rolled out during lockdown, that those of us in the Spoonie community have been asking for years. Oh, but that's too difficult. We can't do that. And then, all of a sudden it has to happen for everybody, and it just happens so easily. Oh yeah, Andrea, I've known people who did that. So yeah, Dr. Panicker, absolute best doctor. See, I am frustrated. I had an amazing primary care doctor at the VA, and loved her, but she graduated the program she was in, and they sent her 3 hours away, and they won't let me keep seeing her. So, matter of fact, oh God. 11:03. I am looking at something. Oh, it is a Monday. There is a good chance that the first Monday of November, I may either not be here or I may cut stream short because I have to be in Seattle. So, yay. We'll figure that out. But yeah, it's so much fun. School does that too. Oh my God. I'm going to go on a minor rant here. These schools, and I don't know if they still do it, but the schools who do the perfect attendance award at the end of the year, do you know how many kids feel like shit because for not getting that award over something that had absolutely nothing to do with them? And even worse, the fact that the kids who do get it usually get it because mom and dad sent them to school sick. Am I going to be in any protests? I don't know if there are any going on anytime soon. I am in the process. I am in the process of trying to figure out how to coordinate and facilitate a knit-in here in town, and possibly one in Seattle when we end up with National Guardsmen here. But until then, I don't think so. I am so mad about the fact that I missed the one Saturday, but I was not in any physical or decent mental state to try. And, you know, Sir whines a lot when I'm not home. Oh, my God. I love my dog. But if I am not home for more than 10-15 minutes, he drives Dad nuts whining. And then if I am not home for dinner time, oh, my God, he won't eat. Yeah, every 15 minutes he just leaks. High-pitched, squealy whine. He sounds like a tire leaking air. It's great. Luna does it too, just not over me. That's just her standard whine. Love my dogs. They're good dogs, though. Let's see, what else was I going to chit-chat at you about? Yeah, his is so quiet, and it's high enough pitched that it's in the decibel range that I cannot hear. That's true. Isn't... Yeah, oh my God. I am very glad that we took the air conditioner out of my office last night. He's saying that the outtake that he shared in the Discord is about a 1 minute outtake of 15 to 20 minutes of me just gagging and dying in here. Thankfully, there are no furbles in here right now. I'm shocked. I have to laugh. I have a sign in my bathroom that says no summoning demons in the bathroom. One of the kids is like, I'll do it anyway. And I'm like, fine, if you're going to summon them, at least banish them when you're done. Now. One of the few drawbacks of living in such a small house. All right, y'all. We are going to wrap it up, and I am going to get doggos walked and prepped for us to do the Bitchin' Witch tonight. I can't believe it's Tuesday already. So, my darling dear witchlings, let's go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. I do this, and I talk to the wrong part of the mic. So let's try talking to the actual mic. Go out, my witchlings, and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there's already enough darkness and hate. Please, let's try to be beacons of hope and light for those stumbling and lost in the dark. And then, tell your loved ones, whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide on scales, or tiptoe on claws and paws, that they are absolutely precious. Moments slip away far faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come way too soon. And my witchlings, always, always, always remember, you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. And your purpose in this life is real, even if you have not discovered it yet. I was 45 before I did. I love you all to bits. Namaste, witchlings.